Kia ora, guys, Rita the Kiwi here, and tonight we're jumping back into the more Final Fantasy 14. I'm gonna be just doing something that I've been putting off for a little while, which is the Endwalker tank role quest. Now I've already done the role quest for melee DPS, as that's what I originally played through the game as, and I just recently got my warrior up to 89, and I thought I should at least get some of the XP from the role quests and not let it go to waste. So yeah, let's jump on into it then. Oh, I should unmute the game. That would help. Alright. The Gridanian delegate is in urgent need of a stout defender to help combat a new threat to his homeland. I have come on behalf of the Twin Adders to enlist the aid of accomplished fighters. Small folk cower in their homes for fear of an unprecedented threat to Twelveswood. A blasphemy which strikes quickly with deadly precision before returning to the shadows whence it came. Try as we might, we have yet to devise a means to track it, much less slay it. Several brave souls search for it even now, but their chances would improve greatly if they had a stout protector by their sides. This guy just constantly sucking up to me here. Judging by your reputation, I dare say you're precisely the woman we seek. What say you? Will you serve as a shield between Gridania and certain doom? I will take that as an enthusiastic yes. Make haste to the adder's nest. Report to my superior. All Gridania shall pray for your success. Alright. Ooh. Need make that while I remember. Boom, boom. A liaison at Radzat had sent word of your arrival. I can still scarcely believe our luck. Are you truly here to help us bring this wicked blasphemy to heel? Yep. Then there's hope for us yet. I shall fetch the elder seed seer at once. She is leading the hunt. I'm certain she'll most be eager to see you. Full glad am I to welcome you in good health and good spirits, Tiru. On behalf of all of Gridania, allow me to thank you for rising to our defense. Blah, 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 blah. You will forgive me for eschewing further formalities. As time is of the essence, I shall share with you what little I know. Following the events in Thavnir, we received a report of an unidentified man had fallen into fits on the road before transforming into a beast. Most foul blasphemy determined eyewitnesses to subsequent attacks spoke of patterns on its skin reminiscent of heavy change, thus we have named it Glib. Emerges from bush without warning, bring destruction and tragedy to those unfortunate enough to be near. Ere we can respond, it retreats into hiding. Okay. The wounds of Glib, tainted by corruption, we can but conclude that the fiend's fangs, claws, and horns are all imbued with a powerful poison. Oh, whoops, I accidentally skipped that line. Mayhap you know of the creeping death effects. We're more than a passing similar to the symptoms of that deadly plague. I sweat through 12's wood many years ago. The sick found their skin covered in chain-like patterns and spent their final moments in excruciating pain. This was long before I came to Gridania, but people still speak of it with dread. Very nearly, yes, before the remainder were taken or able to devise a cure from the reopen old wounds, I fear. Yet despite the similarities between the blasphemy's corruption and the creeping death's mark, it is unclear how these two phenomena are related, if at all. Both conjuring and white magic have failed to abate the poison spread. To confront Glib now place the soldiers at risk of grievous injury. Something seems urgent. What, again? It struck once more in North Shroud. The whalers came too late to see the beasts themselves, but the man at attack yet lives. They're bringing him to full good float as we speak. Boom, boom, boom. Then we must meet them there. Will you accompany us, Teru? Dun. That's Endwalker. Alright. Boom, boom, boom. I'm here. Elder Seedseer, Your Honor. Given the dire circumstances, I would not leave this to another. Where is the wounded man? Outside of Bobbing Cork, being attended by one of our healers. The capable healer, by why this is beyond his abilities. I in turn may have need of assistance as well. I ask you stay close, both of you. How big is my monitor? It's just my monitor is it's a 1440p monitor. I guess that does look kind of small. I can probably up the size of the... No, not that. Yes, 1440p. Maybe I need a talk to someone to adjust the UI. Oh. Where am I? Wait. Oh, it's outside, right. I was confused at where I was supposed to be going. Oh. I can scale this up. Whoa! Huge now. I might scale it to... I don't even know what it was before. He's a hardy soul, but I'm utterly at a loss. While I managed to heal his wounds, the poison lingers. I fear the worst is yet to come. When I removed his clothes for treatment, I recognized the change. Read that wrong. Chains. If this is indeed the creeping death, do not lose heart. I shall spare no effort. Rest for now. We may need your talents again ere long. Chigoros? Man, Chigoros, a bloody swarm of them. I don't even know if I said that right. That came from the east gate. Chigoros are known as carriers of the creeping death. The villagers are on edge. We think the Balkan harbingers of another plague. They may panic. Pray see to these Chirigos. I shall remain here with the victim. Ooh, I get to just fight these, I guess. Panicked man. They were near Elder Springs, a whole swarm of them. Like an army getting ready for war. Bringing the creeping death. Like as not. Folk have been dropping dead with no rhyme or reason. And I'm not about to join them. No sir. Came rounding back as fast as my legs could carry me. Were you bitten? I will show you to a healer if so. Not a single hole that doesn't What? Not a single hole that doesn't belong, you can be sure. You'd best do something about that swarm though. What? Would that we could, but keeping the gate manned is our priority. And we have not the numbers to spare for a hunting party. By the time whaler reinforcements arrive, it may be too late. We'll deal with the Chigos. The one who kills the greater number owes the other a flagon of ale, eh? I commend your bravery. Godspeed, and don't get bitten. That really threw me for a loop. That the speech of that panicked man. Over there. above be praised. And you, I've come bearing a cure for the creeping death, but it's of little use against actual death. Aye, that's why I've come. I heard tell of a man suffering from uncommon pains at full ground flow. That's an opportunity for empathy and a touch of profit, I'll admit. But if what you say is true, his condition demands a much swifter pair of feet than mine. Could you bring the medicine to him in my stead? No need for payment this time, of course. You saved my life, and one good turn deserves another. I only hope the cure works as well as purported. As for me, I'll be on my way, and give any falcon I spy a wide breath. Okay. Thank you for killing the Chigos. Alas, our patient has yet to improve, and it is all we can do to keep him from succumbing to the poison. I know this medicine. It was once used to treat the creeping death. Given his symptoms, it may well prove effective here as well. You didn't think to do that to begin with? It works upon the body. Hold on just a while longer, my friend. The medicine will soon relieve your pain. I don't. It hurts. It hurts. Ah. Why? The man's shrieks die in his throat as his body is racked by violent convulsions. Ugh. Oh jeez. And then he falls still and quiet, as if his breath was snatched from his chest. Did he just die? Okay. Medicine was no good. God have mercy. At the very least, the suffering is over. Had we been quicker to deliver the medicine, would he have lived? Nay, I think not. He was doomed from the moment the poison entered his blood, as will be others if we do not soon gain an understanding of our foe. Let this tragedy not be in vain, but serve as a lesson. Though the effects of Glibner's corruption resembles the creeping death, 'tis clear that the two share little else in common. The poison burns through the body more quickly than any disease. Too deadly is it to be borne by creatures so fragile as Chigos, or any other besides. Why is the music so almost hopeful when this is a depressing moment? Spread word, but do so with delicacy. In these troubled times, fear and despair can drive even the goodness of soul. Glibner is the only blasphemy known to us in Gridania. For now, we must do our utmost to stop him from sowing further discord. Understood, Elder Seedseer. I'll give this man a proper burial before sharing what I discovered. Asserting Gilbert's whereabouts is primary concern. Let us return to Ada's nest for information. That'll be the most reliable weapon. Blah blah blah. Looked away too long. Didn't catch the last bit. Okay. Got how many quests there are in this in these lines. I want to say there's like 5. That's a good name, Sussy Bucker. Keeper of the Twine Serpents. Glilner has been sighted in various locales. Though we are reviewing every report, we suspect most are erroneous. Fear is a way of making one jump at such shadows. It will take time before we have determined which reports merit a more involved investigation. Until then, I ask you to stay vigilant. Keep your eyes peeled for any sign of the blasphemy. Maybe there's a lot less than I remember. It was like 86. We have followed up on every report concerning Glilnor. Even those that beggared belief. The most promising suggests the blasphemy is currently stalking the Shroud. We are to proceed there at once. There's no telling when it might strike again. The Elder Seer. I keep wanting to say Elder Seer, but it's Elder Seed Seer. Is already en route to Roots Lake. Let us not keep her waiting. I like how this will take me further and I need to turn back again. Greetings, Teru. As luck would have it, my sister Rayo frequents Camp Tranquil. We would do well to meet with her first, for she may have more knowledge. May have knowledge of this threat and can aid us. It's been too long, Rayo. Kani. I was afraid of the situation might force your arrival. Would that this reunion was under more joyous occasion. It is heartening to see her joined by the bear of A Toa's will. Unfortunately, Gilnor's poison cannot be cured by any healing force known to us, as I'm sure you've already learned. Nonetheless, I have faith that together we will find a way to defeat it. Every moment is crucial, so let us dispense with further pleasantries. Have you received word of Glenner's whereabouts? I have. It recently ambushed a poor traveller who succumbed to his wounds. Soon thereafter, a tragic, increasingly common tale. No others in Camp Tranquil have come to harm, but some claim they feel a presence in the distant trees, staring at them with malicious intensity. They struggle to find the courage to venture beyond the safety of the camp. Whilst victims exhibit symptoms reminiscent of the creeping death, Leona's corruption seems only to affect those who have been assaulted by the blasphemy itself. I have yet to confirm a single instance of its of it spreading. That's somewhat reassuring, but it will provide little comfort to the people here, I think. If Glilner comes, any defense we mount will come at great cost. Those who fall wounded will inevitably die. I'm at a loss, and the people under my care can see it. They grow tense and bicker amongst themselves. Some even accuse me of standing idly by while this monster roams free, as if I'm not doing all that I can. I apologize. Would that I come to you sooner. Would that there were more I could do for you. Perhaps the elementals could help. The elementals cry out for succor as loudly as the people do. This I know you feel, Kani. Glilner poses a threat to all life in Twelswood, and as such, we should face it as one. Their strength has warned since the calamity, and I am reluctant to impose upon them. Nay, Seed Seers, it is our duty to first expand every option available to us and spare them further distress. Once we have laid low the blasphemy, the elementals will be at peace. Well then, how do you propose we go about that? First allow me to speak with the people here and assure them that we will be well, that Gridania's resolve to weather the storm means something. No road is closed to those of true heart. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that you would begin with an earnest and heartfelt appeal. For my part, I shall reach out to Arun. Perhaps together we can find a way to offer similar comfort to the elementals. I have no doubt we will require their assistance in the days ahead. Thank you, sister. May the 12 something. May I trouble you to accompany me? The presence of a storied hero would surely lend credence to my claims that the people's difficulties will soon be at an end. Of course, that's why I'm here, aren't I? While you attend to that, I shall gather information that I can from this. Okay. If we are to convince people that they need not live in fear of Glilner, then my words alone may be insignificant. I do not... Okay. I do not comport myself as an imposing figure blessed with martial prowess, to say at least. You, on the other hand, are renowned as a peerless warrior. Well, I am a warrior. Who has triumphed in countless trials. Simply looking on your features fills me with confidence that this crisis too shall pass. I pray you stay by my side, that those we speak, we might be joyed with your presence. Kani is now accompanying you. Keep her at your side in order to proceed with objectives. Yada yada yada. Alright, let's go. Go talk to people. Cheer them up. Seeds are sitting pretty with their guards and finery. What do they care if a beastie is running amok? They'll be fine. That's why they're doing nothing while it hunts us. We'd be fools to trust our lives to those that don't care a whit. Aye, past time we went south. At least in Uldar, they don't pretend to look out for the common man. I think that's That's all they do in Uldar, isn't it? Elder Seed Seer. I was just, I promise you that we are sparing no effort in our hunt for Glilner. However, it will take time, and more may suffer before the beast is laid low. Nevertheless, I ask that you place your faith in me, if only for a while longer. I love the Twelves Wood and her people with all my heart. I will not let our enemy torment us forever. I understand. Man's gotta give voice to his worries from time to time, eh? Nothing I want less than to abandon my home. I'll stick around for now. Good. The short woman. A single scratch is enough to spell one's doom, they say. Nothing but to wait for death to come. How can we face a beast like that? Do not give in to despair, my friend. Know that I shall do all in my power to see us through this crisis. Hold fast to hope and encourage others to do so as well. I'll try, Aldous Seedseer. I'll try. I know you've placed yourself at risk leaving the safety of the city and coming here, and that means a lot to me and mine. I'll stay close to the whalers and pray news of your triumph reaches us soon. Thank you. I promise it will not be long. Oh, I still haven't done the Levy quest here. Oh. I saw it! A gargantuan beast stalking the woods with horns the size of my leg! What's to stop it from coming here to fill its belly? Glilner will do no such thing, I swear. I shall see it to it personally that the blasphemy does not come within the amalgam of this village. Keep heart, for brighter days lie ahead of us. This is barely a village. Truly, Elder Seedseer. Perhaps I've let my imagination get the better of me. You are a beacon in these dark times. I pray you restore peace soon. I shall, you can be certain. Alright. Got information? Will that be all for now, Elder Seedseer? It will. I have come what I can to quell the unrest. But so long as Glilner lives, they blah blah blah. Sometimes simply lending an ear does wonders. Indeed, you are correct. The day was a welcome reminder of the truth. Mayhap I should visit the settlements more often. Doubtless some here think me as distant as the elementals. So rarely do they see me in the outer reaches. You have served me admirably as protectors thus far, for which I am grateful. Yet until we found and laid Glilner low, I must continue to impose upon your goodwill. There's no imposition, Elder Seedseer. You saved me on the killing fields of Katanu. My life is yours, now and always. Your life is your own to command, but I thank you for your words and your conviction, which fills me with confidence that the path we walk is true. Even if that path takes us far afield. Did I ever tell you that when I was a young student, I would often steal into the woods with a dear friend of mine, much to the chagrin of our teacher? Deep down, I suspect there's still a part of me that yearns to wander where I should not. Interesting seeing them actually develop character for Carney Sinner after so long. Like, they just feel like higher ups. Elder Cecil, word from the border. What has happened? Per your early instructions, the whalers closed the roads and all travel while we scoured the woods for signs of Glilnor. But now a group of locals are demanding to be let through into Thanalan. They're terrified by the sound of it, screaming about the creeping death and gods know what else. Despair grips their hearts. If it consumes them wholly, then we may have yet more blasphemies to contend with. I will speak with them. Wild rumors fuel their panic, and the truth and compassion will I convince them to see reason and return to their homes. If anyone can, it's you, Elder Seedseer. We're doing our best to keep them calm for now, but my man's words painted a grim picture. I pray you make your way to the border as quickly as you can. We're doing this after the main story, where all this sort of stuff should be resolved already. I was expecting a lot more than just 4 people. Let us through, damn you. We're standing here while the creeping death nips at our heels, and you're telling us to die. Those rumors are false. Elder Seedseer herself sent word that the creeping death is not responsible for the recent incidents. You mustn't surrender to panic. Return to your homes while we deal with the threat, and pay no heed to baseless stories. Stories? Stories? I've seen the dead with my own eyes. Don't tell me what is and isn't true. Hearken to me, my friends. I come before you now to assure you that the creeping death has not returned. Only those who have been wounded by the Glilnor are in danger. And so I beseech you to take shelter in your homes until the threat has passed. Glilnor? The beast I saw in the wood? We have to run. It could have followed us. You saw him? Where? Not far from here. Those glistening horns, those terrible chains, reaching out to drag you down to the 7th hell. We ran and never looked back. But don't worry, it didn't catch any of us. No one's marked, see? That means we're safe. Right? But say we weren't quite fast enough. Its horns and claws are where the poison resides. Even a scratch would be cause for concern. No. Even a little scratch? Then it's too late for me. Is that why my body feels like it's on fire? Oh no. You told me the branches tripped you up. You said that's how it happened. You said... Oh, heavenly winds, guide us to the font of strength. We already know that doesn't work, lady. Helium won't save him. I don't feel any better. Do it again! Do it again! Poor dude. It hurts. Help me. Conjury has no effect. There can be no mistake. This is Glilnor's doing. Even so, I ask that you do not lose heart. Stay strong, For if we surrender to fear, the beast has already won. No, I don't want to die. Please, help me. Ah! Oh, okay. Get back. You said it wasn't. Why? Why? Oh no, he's gone changed as well. Liar! Liars! All of you! None of us are safe! None of us! Gah! That was a weak guy. Bear made manifest. But for offend. Is there naught that we can done for these poor souls? Naught but one thing I know. No, we must lay them to rest. Contain the threat. Alright. Easy. They are at peace. Would that it had not come to this, I was powerless to prevent it. You did all you could, Elder Seedseer. That what's gonna happen to us? Is there no hope? What you witnessed was the fate of those who fall to deepest despair. It feeds upon grief and anguish, and is more deadly than Glilner itself. But as I swore to you, that we shall defeat the blasphemy that haunts our homeland, so too do I swear that despair will not be the end of us. Keep faith and look to the horizon, for brighter days will come. As you say, Elder Seedseer, as you say. Yeah, don't worry. I already solved all that. But also not yet. Vilnur is not here. And so you are free to return to your homes. But I urge you to take care on the path back. We will, Elder Seedseer. The storm has passed, but a darker tempest rolled in the distance. So long as the spectre of despair looms, the people will struggle to take any words of comfort to heart. We will see more tragedies like this. The elementals too cry out for a solution. The longer we struggle to resolve this crisis, the more innocent lives we put at risk. Raya said we should need to turn to the elementals for assistance, and I know now that she was right, and so I will seek audience with the Great One. However, there are preparations I must attend to first. First, I shall make the proper ablutions at the Lotus Stand. Pray return to Elder's Nest and await my summons. Okay. Okay. Really feels like we've not made any progress at all. So, yeah. Despite our best, just realized how far away I'm talking to him. Despite our best efforts, we have been unable to prevent further loss of life. Best efforts is we've tried nothing, and we're all out of ideas, man. I foresee even greater hardship ahead. As we press on, we mustn't forget the words of the elder Seedseer. We must strive to remain undaunted in the face of despair. She is preparing for her communion with the Great One. When the time is right, she will call upon us both. Until then, friends, stay strong. The gift undone. The situation has worsened since we last spoke 2 seconds ago. Vilnur grows bolder in his attacks. But the conjurers are spread thin in their efforts to attend the victims. Moreover, we are no closer to finding a means to counteract the blasphemy's poison. With no choice but to wait until death claims them, we are overwhelmed by hopelessness, becoming mad beasts that lash out at their former countrymen. Such tragedies all too eager beget further tragedy. As bereaved, some loved ones are in turn overcome and share in the same horrid fate. The people speak of these incidents in hushed whispers, afraid that at any moment a monster might appear within their midst. Yeah, we need to slay it. Indeed, let us hope that the Elder Seedseer's effort to enlist the aid of the elementals are successful, and that united we may at last cleanse the Twelveswood of this evil once and for all. Urgent news, Teru. Glilnir has ambushed a party of wood whalers. They are engaged with the blasphemy near Guardian Tree, where the Great One slumbers. This body's ill. Has it divined the Elder Seer's intent? Is it attempting to prevent her from communing with the elementals? But in any event, we cannot let Glilnir... The Elder Seedseer bade us rendezvous with her at Soren Haven. We must leave at once. Do we actually get to fight it now? Oh, we get to actually fight it now. Or at least see it. See what we're up against. Boom, 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 boom. Surveying. Battered arms and armor strewed across the ground. Oh, I didn't even notice the weapons. But there's no other trace of man or blasphemy. I realize I don't even have my tank stance on. Not that it matters in solo content that much. I see. I think I know what happened here. Though I pray that I am wrong. And they all turned into blasphemies. There's no sign of the Wood Whalers save their arms and armor. Seasoned warriors would never cast aside their equipment. But here it lies, and I see not a single body. In face of certain death, even the bravest among us can succumb to despair. Before the blasphemy's poison took them, they transformed. Glilnir could not have gone far. He may be watching us even now. Be on your guard. The air is thick with corruption. If the Wood Whalers succumb to a man, then we can expect a hard fight. Though I dread the thought of hurting our brave soldiers, we cannot allow the creatures they have become to roam free. Let us form two groups to quickly track down and cull the beasts. Once we finish, assume they're one group and I'm the other. Yep. Alright. Destination. No trace. Boom, 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 boom. One more location. Dun, 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 dun. To the tree. Bum, 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 bum. It's suddenly day. Our work is done then. The loss of so many brave souls is tragic, but now they are at peace and the guardian tree is safe. Let us take comfort in that. I but pray the Great One. Something. It was like he does. Ah. Okay. That I feel like that's not supposed to happen. Elder Seedseer, are you hurt? The Great One is filled with fear, an all-consuming fear unlike any I've ever felt. It spoke unto me, and its words were clarion. Drive the evil away. Drive the evil away. That's not good. It can think of naught else, and so we will not receive the aid we seek. Not until we can dispel the dread. No, this was our last hope. We tried nothing, and nothing worked. We are not alone. Oh, oh. Oh. He's a behemoth. There can be no mistake. This profound beast, the blasphemy that has mined the Twelves Wood in despair, Glilner. Stay back! It makes for the guardian tree. We must stop it. The poison, you mustn't let it touch you. Let's spare some strength. Oh dear. That prance in front of them. Delicate walk. Oh. Oh, the echo. In accordance with our covenant, we, Padre, has been blessed by the elementals. The moment we are chosen, we are bound to act as mediators between man and nature. Oh, isn't that the girl from the White Mage quest? Most skilled amongst us. Say which of you would be found more worthy. In my estimation, you both have potential to become seed seers. Of that, I become more certain by the day. Unless, of course, that's Carney Senna. And this is way past. But he looks how he normally looks. So. I don't want to be a seed seer. I never wanted to be a pageant either. I never asked for any of this. Yeah, I think that she's the girl from the White Mage quest. Why can't I live a normal life like anyone else? How come I don't get to grow old? Why was I cursed with these ugly horns? I like them. And maybe we didn't choose to be born this way. But I don't think it makes us that different from anyone else. The rare gift, a blessing even. And if we succeed to help others, we should. Don't give up on becoming a seed seer, Carney. Okay, so this is way in the past. Okay. How come she's grown older, but the other one hasn't? A blessing? I never thought of it that way. I suppose I just hated not having a choice. But maybe you're right. Yeah, what? I guess it's just anime logic. Carney. Oh, okay, this is probably the silver-haired one. Or white-haired one. That's what I'm guessing anyway. Bum, 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 bum. The matron is merciful. The elder seer has fallen unconscious, but is otherwise unharmed. The blasphemy must not have touched her, for I do not see the telltale mark of poison. Still, I am no healer, and she should be looked after by those who are. I shall carry her back to Grodania. We must leave before Glilner returns, or wait me at Ada's nest. Or I could just, like, you know, switch classes, but... yeah, never mind. Allow me to thank you again for your assistance. The elder seed seer has been delivered into the care of E. Sumayan, and by the grace of the elementals of something. In fact, she has already regained consciousness, but is not yet allowed to receive visitors, but we can wait for now. Gods damn it, I was useless! I could do nothing while the elder seed seer faced Glilner alone. I was to be her shield. That I stand before you while she lies abed is proof of... She wouldn't have wanted you to throw your life away. You truly are the hero of whom the bards sing, aren't you? Well, I'm also a bard that sings my own song. You've suffered terrible trials, yet you still... Thank you for your counsel. How close I came to forgetting the lessons of my past. I've spoken of it too few, truth be told. It brings me shame to recall it. I fought at Catanua, not as a soldier of the Eorzean Alliance, but as a conscript in the Garland Imperial Army. Clad in armor and magitech, another drop in the sea of pitiless metal, you grow numb to the violence of killing out of necessity. It becomes routine, work to earn your next meal. But then the moon shattered, and the dragon emerged. And when the dust had settled, I was another body, clinging to life amongst the fallen. I remember staring at the burning sun above, growing weaker, wondering if the heat or an Eorzean blade will end me. But it wasn't death that came, but salvation. I was delivered from my well-earned fate by the elder seed seer, designed to save a man who was once bid steel against her people. Her kindness didn't end there. Once my wounds had healed, she welcomed me with open arms. Never did she regard me with distrust, nor did she ever make me feel obliged to repay my debt. She fought not to take life, but to safeguard it. Through our friendship, I came to see the wisdom in that distinction, and pledged my remaining years to her service. I would have accomplished nothing to throw myself against Glilner in vain, and even if there was profit to be found in the sacrifice, she would not abide it. Your words serve to remind me of this. We will defeat the blasphemy, aye, but we will do so without forsaking that which we hold dear. This I swear. Cool. Hero, the Elder Seedseer has grown strong enough to receive visitors. Come, we must go to Stilgrad Fine at once. Look. Another little warrior also doing the quest. Oh, I just went the wrong way. Boom, 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 boom. Elder Seedseer, it fills my heart with joy to see you in better health. I am gladdened by your presence as well, my friend. Lest you wonder, know that the conjurers found no trace of poison in my humours. If you are ready, they may be up to the task, but you are not. 'Tis one thing to engage in conversation, quite another to go gallivanting about 12'swood hunting a blasphemy. I am aware you are a conjurer of surpassing skill, and would not presume to gain those visible to the naked eye, perhaps. I worry that the strain of your communion taken a great toll. The Great One is a being of purest aether. You were exposed to its unbridled despair, its raw terror. There may be consequences. I am aware of that, but Glilner must be stopped until blasphemy is laid low. People will continue to die. She seems so much younger than I've always perceived her as. How am I to carry out my duties? It is your duties that demand you remain. I understand your frustration, but if you were to fall in battle, if your guiding light you bear were to fade, then all Gridania would be lost. Rest, Kani. Rest and gather your strength so that when the time comes, you are fit to do what must be done. In the meantime, trust your allies. You are right. That said, I see no reason I cannot join in planning our next step. As you said before, a conversation is quite unlike gallivanting around about on a hunt. Our encounter with Gluna has made it plain that we cannot hope to triumph over it as we are. Only with the Great One's power can we achieve victory. With the seventh umbral calamity, when the seventh umbral calamity was nigh, the Great One committed a portion of its boundless strength to extend a barrier over the heaven and earth, the ermine hedge. Thus the 12'swood spared the worst. We could convince it again to lend us a small measure of that power. We would not fear the poison. Therefore, I believe we should pour our efforts into placating the elementals that we might earn their favor. Okay, so we have a plan now. Cool. We must make your voice heard. Then yes, we must show that we are not the enemy. The quieting work before it may begin. Indeed, we must find a way to assure the Great One of our good intentions, to remind it that we labor not for its destructions but its salvation. I think too that we must gain a greater understanding of what drives Glilner. It seems to bear resentment towards the elementals, the Great One in particular. I've pondered this question myself. Lingering memories of the person Glilnir once was may be responsible. Reports from Rads at Han suggest this is likely the case, in fact. If we could but ascertain the original identity of the blasphemy, but where are we to ever begin with our investigation? You were granted a vision of Glilnir's past, and I was there? Then I may know who he is, or was. As do I, the boy who trained alongside Kani in her youth. Sua Supin. After all these years, is this what became of him? Ah, you mentioned him briefly before. Were you close? Iasura was pagely like me, but he never known his parents and photos. He embraced the role of the forest had bestowed upon him, and truth be told, he was a much better student than I ever was. A fair assessment despite your esteemed heritage. You never took to my lessons as well as he, ever dreaming of the outside world, stealing off into the woods more times than I can count. I could not keep watch over you at all hours, not even if I tried. The Elder Seedseer, a rebellious spirit? I can scarce imagine it. I resented being Pagel. It was inconceivable to me that I could not live among the others, and I did not scoop to express my misgivings to Izumi Yan at every opportunity. Stura was a pillar of constant support. It was thanks to his encouragement that I at last embraced my destiny and resolved to use my gifts for the greater good. We would become seed seers together, I believed, until one fateful day when we were gathering herbs in the forest, at Izumi Yan's behest. We met a wanderer hailing from a distant land who told us his beloved was with child, and that he had travelled to Gridania to beseech the Great One for a painless birth. He asked us to guide him to the guardian tree. Oh fuck, I skipped a thing. Iasura was loath to turn away a goodly stranger in need. He agreed to guide the man despite my protestations. I ran to Izumi Yan as fast as I could. We found the man motionless on the ground, having succumbed to the Great One's rage. Next to him was Iasura, alive but unconscious. In time, he recovered and related the whole story. In truth, the man had been an adventurer, a seeker of wealth and glory, and as he knelt to make false supplications, he lunged forward to tear a branch from the guardian tree. That's why I don't trust strangers. He was yet a child, and Iasura had no inkling of the darkness that could dwell within a man's heart. He learned the lesson that day, but the price he paid for it was great indeed. The Great One stripped Iasura of his horns, and with them the right to call himself a Pagel. I never saw him again, nor heard word of what became of him, though not for lack of trying. Despite his hardships, he did remain in the Twelves Wood all this time. A wonder. He dreamed of naught else but becoming seed seer of a life in service to the people of the forest. He knew the weight of the responsibility and was eager to bear it. But he was deprived of that purpose by the very elements he loved, and yet he did not lose that will to serve. I suspect instead resolved to watch over Twelves Woods in his own way. I shuddered to think what could have hastened his transformation into Glilnir, as if his life was not harsh enough. In our final conversation, Iasura confided in me that he would search for a means to calm the Great One's rage and earn absolution. To that end, said he would seek the counsel of the Mughals. They have called the Twelvewood home for far longer than we have, and so none are more like to have knowledge of its most hidden workings. So I guess we're going to the Mughals next? That comes as no surprise. He would not give up so easily. Even if the Mughals know naught of Iasura, they may be able to help us in other ways. Will you travel to Bramble Patch in my stead, Teru? I have faith they will accept you with their characteristic aplomb. God, that was a long exposition. But I suppose they kind of had to, because they hadn't really given much more up until then. Pika. Ah, quite a peculiar face you have, Kupo. Familiar too. You wouldn't be the self-same warrior who gave the legendary Mughals guard what for, would you? Teru, was it? Aha! It's an honor to meet you. Allow me to thank you personally for bringing that silliness to an end. Pukwa Pika is the name. What brings you to our neck of Twelvewood? Why, what a pleasant coincidence. We were just discussing how we ought to go about calming the elements, Kupo. That blasphemy with the dreadful horns has got them on edge, and for good reason. I've asked my personal guard here to sleep with one eye open. In case you hadn't noticed, the beast's corruption has been spreading all throughout the woods. Needless to say, we've all got to stand up and put Twelvewood to rights. Raya O suggests that the Mughals contribute by scouring the forest for even the smallest signs of taint. Got to cleanse it before it gets out of hand, you know. Difficult and time-consuming work, but if it's in service to the forest, then we'll gladly do it, Kupo. Hey, I know you. You're the adventurer who gave me some of my finest scars. Coop de Coop of the Mughals Guard. No hard feelings about the whole hail to the king, Kupo. Bit, I hope. Not going to call for a rematch either. In case you're worried about that, Raya-O and the others cured us of our tempering, and afterwards set us down for a stern lecture. No more calling upon good King Mughal Mog 12 for us. May he ever remain unsummoned in his loyal grace and splendor. Indeed, and what better way to make up for past indiscretions than to serve the realm? Even now, our kin scour every ilm of the Twelvewood, and we would be remiss not to do our part. We would be overjoyed to have a hero such as you helping us as well, if you're willing. Something tells me you have a sharp eye for the taint we seek to cleanse. Can we count on you, Kupo? Oh. Your reputation for magnanimity is well deserved. Let's begin by moving to higher ground that we may survey the area and look at. Oh, okay. Probably could have skipped through most of that. Oh. Oh, you were able to make your way up here after all. I was worried you'd be stuck. Apologies for leaving you behind, but it's so easy to forget that your kind lacked wings, Kupo. Now then, where is it? I like how they designed this for flying. There, to the south, let us cleanse that festering at once. Corrupted soil. Ooh. That was some fine work, Kupo. I dare say it's even better shape than it was. The others are doubtless flittering about stamping out corruption wherever so it rears its hideous head. If I were the Great One, I would be applauding our efforts. Well, insofar as such a being without hands can clap, I suppose. How goes the tank cleansing, Cootie Coop? I did what I could, but I swear as soon as I finish with one area, two more start manifesting a fresh taint. The forest's ability to heal itself is warning, and this sickness is spreading too fast for even the legion of Moogles to manage. If we don't come up with a better solution soon. The situation is more grave than we ever imagined, Kupo. Oh, what do we do? We should maintain our efforts to purify the forest regardless. But since there are only so many of us, we must also help the forest to remember how to help itself. A brilliant idea, I think, but how do we go about doing that? Well, I was just getting to that part, Kupo. I've got it. We perform the friending. The friending? What in the good King Moogle Mog 12 may he shower us with love and compassion and Kupo nuts is that? Truth be told, I couldn't remember that ancient rite's name, so I just made something up on the spot, Kupo. But let's forget about that for now and move on to the stuff I do remember. It's an old ceremony, first performed when the great nation of Gridania was but a spark of an idea of a random thought in its founder's heads. They knew that if they were to establish a home within the Twelveswood, that they would first have to entreat the elementals for permission. So a mage in the company found and cleansed a few sources of foul ether, planting saplings in their place, and consecrated the soil with a prayer to show the forests the purity of their intentions. The elementals were so taken with his display that not only did they permit his people to settle within the forest, they also bestowed upon them their blessings as proof of their new covenant. Kupo. Ah, I remember now. The Gridanians still honor the agreement to this day. For every tree that is cut down, a sapling is planted. So if we follow this history's example, we can soothe the forest's pain and also nourish it with new life. That's right, Kupo. Oh, but I wasn't finished with the story. Remember the mage who planted those sacred saplings? He was none other than Joran, sire of Iorka Polta, the very first Paja. From that day on forward, the elementals would bless a select few hewers with horns, favoring them with their fellowship. The Paja were exalted by all the peoples of the Twelveswood. Even we Moogles look upon them with awe. That was... something wrong, Kupo? You have a strange look on your face. How dreadful, Kupo. So the man you think may have become Glurner was a Pajol stripped of his blessing, and the blasphemy kills with poison that manifests symptoms resembling those of the creeping death. I feel sorry for this Asura. To love the elementals only to be shunned by them, to be surrounded by the beauty of the Twelveswood, and know that he was forever an outsider, all for a child's mistake. That despair could easily have caused them to turn, and this poison that preys upon those who bear the Twelveswood's blessing, the hewers, just like the creeping death once did, might be another manifestation of that despair. That would explain the elemental's unease, Kupo. We must redouble our efforts to plant saplings, or they might never speak to us again. Indeed, well, first things first, we must gather as many saplings as we can. Teru, wait for us at Elder's Nest and... Okay. This is the end of this. Yep. I think there's probably just 2 more now. 89 and then 90. Although I really thought that maybe the XP I get would get me to 90 to do the final quest, but I don't think that's gonna happen now. Reenactment of the ceremony which laid the foundation of Gridania, a fitting plan, but given the gravity of the threat to our nation. As ever, there is much work to be done before we can even begin. While the Moogles gather saplings, we shall continue to scale the Twelveswood from here. Let us pray that our Alderseer regains her strength quickly as well. But now take a rest, my friend. There's a rare indulgent these days. Yeah, that's not gonna be enough to get me there. Guna has not been seen since our last encounter. This brief respite may be our best chance to quell the Great One's anger. Probably gonna have to do something else to get the last bit of XP I need. Had plenty of practice cultivating our gardens, so select the most robust ones for simple matter. To the east route, you should not have. I pretty much didn't read any of that. Ugh. Your efforts are much appreciated. We shall begin without further delay. I trust you will not object to my company. I dare say, healing the forest is one task for which I am more qualified than most. Hey, Carney Center. Elder Seedseer, are you well enough to leave the city? I should like to think I have been for some time. In any event, Sumi has finally grown tired of my objections and ceased any attempts to detain me further. Allow me to be the one to consecrate these saplings. It would be an honor to offer words of thanks to. Please do, Kupo. A prayer from the elder seed seer herself will surely hasten their growth from tiny saplings to sprouting tree. Such is my hope. Joan did before me. I shall approach the Great One in friendship, and that it might see through the veil of fear that blinds it and remember our covenant. Yeah. Let us begin cleansing all traces of corruption in the central shroud. Green tear, I sense that the flow of ether has become somewhat warped there. Impressive, Kupo. Not even my keen eyes could spot corruption from such a distance. It is but one of many talents I owe to the elementals. Well then, shall we be on our way? Okay, let's go. I think all the challenges reset recently, yeah. Ooh. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Corrupted air. Yeah. In gratitude to your boundless blessing, I do offer this gift. May it nourish you as you nourish us. At last the earth is cleansed. There is a settlement not far from here. Should we tell them of the sapling and bid them watch over it? Of course, Elder Seedseer. I shall relay your words forthwith. It will give the people hope to know that they can aid in the restoration of 12's Woods. Thank you. We must go now. To silent Ardbirth, there is something foul impedes the flow of aether. Let us hurry. Boom, boom, boom. Interacting. Bum 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 bum. The injury has begun to heal. Our next destination lies to the north. There is still no, I believe 'tis faint, for we have come far from the source. Nevertheless, I'm certain it's there. Come! Boom, 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 boom. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's fortunate that the corruption here is faint. Simple prayer should suffice. I sense no other disturbances in that etheric flow, which leads me to believe that the Mughals have already seen to the remainder. Indeed, the Twaswoods eyes with a contempt I have not felt for in a long time. But it will serve to placate the Great One, I cannot say, not until we visit the Guardian Tree. Excuse me, but you're the Elder Seed Seer, aren't you? What brings you all the way to our village? Corruption had upset the balance of Aether, but that we have since cleansed with prayer and saplings. Thus the Twaswood reclaimed a measure of peace. You've been planting trees? We have. The elementals have suffered much of late, and with these offerings we endeavour to raise their spirits. Elderseer, I've got to protest. What of your people's spirits? We who dread every step we must take outdoors. That terrible monster is still out there preying upon innocent folk without rhyme or reason. And if it doesn't strike us dead where we stand, its poison will finish the job. I know that you're afraid, and that you and yours suffer still. However, it is under the auspices of the elementals that we may call the Twaswood home, and they too cry out for deliverance. Even the Great One quakes with fear for the blasphemy's continued existence. To ignore their plight is to invite a greater tragedy to us for us all. Rest assured, however, that I have not forgotten the needs of your people. We will bring comfort to the elementals and renew our sacred ties that we might enlist the aid of the Great One in combating Glilner and the suffocating despair it spreads. So I pray you continue to put your faith in our guardians. Me. Would that we could, Elder Seedseer, but we've been dealing with death and sickness since Glilner's coming. They say the creeping death's nothing to fear these days, but we know better. One of ours caught it not long ago. We gave her the cure, had plenty on hand, and for a while we thought it would be alright, but by the time we realized it hadn't done a damn thing, it was too late to call for a conjurer. It was a sad day for us all when she passed, but none more so for her poor husband, Stupin. He was beside himself with grief, who could blame him? And then came Glilner to compound our woes. Stupin? It cannot be. Do you speak of Sir Supin? Sir, no, Supin was an odd one, but no one's mistake him for a pageantal. Supin wasn't even his real name. That'd be Elin. Yeah, but his wife. I see. What did Elin look like? Well, I'd say he'd seen no more than 30 summers. Kept to himself, came and went with ne'er a word at times. Even though after he met his beloved, he became more. God, I should turn off the auto switch. His wife was sickly lass, but she held in spirits. Spirits was not enough to beat the creeping death. Pity. Ah, I think I get it now. He had finally made a new life for himself here. Thank you for recounting the story. Sad though it was, it has helped me better understand how much you have all suffered. I promise you that you will have cause to celebration soon. Until then, I implore you again to place your faith in the elementals and in me. Together we shall overcome this crisis. Okay. So pretty much, her friend lived here, and then he had a wife, and his wife died from the... despite what he said, I'm certain to think that he was living so close by all those years, searching for new purpose and finding true love, only to be robbed of that fulfillment too. Were he still a Pagel, empowered by the elementals, could he have saved her? He would have dwelt on the question, night after sleepless night. I know he would have. Mayhap, in the end, he came to blame the elementals for his helplessness, for her death, and in despair was consumed. The animosity would linger, endure, and in vengeance would Glilner find its purpose. We have done all we can to show the Great One the purity of our intent. Let us hope that we'll be accepted as friends. So yeah, pretty much. He found a wife. He became sick with that creeping death. Died from it. He was depressed. Then all the blasphemy stuff happened and he succumbed to his depression. Which is why the wounds poison leaves symptoms like the creeping death because of his wife that died. Makes sense. I get it. Our supplications cannot have escaped the Great One's notice. May it be enough to receive an audience. Let's try again then, shall we? O Great One, may I abide ever beneath your bowels, embraced by your compassion, grace, and wisdom. Be still the fear within your heart, and know that I am your faithful servant. All feeling. Us in corruption, refreshed, renewed, green, flesh restored. Child of child, covenant honored, brand, friendship, peace. It worked. The Great One speaks through Elder Seedseer. We were right to follow Joran's example. the corruption is but one aspect of the profanity spawn, despair's orphan, sadness, anger, sadness, death's prayer, one and all. Poison, potent, wounds unmedding, withering bark, no strength to a hair. After all we've done, you deny us? After all that Elder Seedseer has endured, she has pledged herself to you, devoted her life to the 12's wood. Oh, damn it, I skipped the thing. Only you can help us now. If you do not, then we are lost. She is lost. Please, I beg you. We beg you. That's everyone we talk to. All arriving at the same time. We've been depending on the Seedseers all our lives, blaming them whenever something goes wrong, without ever considering what we might do ourselves. Aye, but no longer. The Elder Seedseer has gone to incredible lengths for her people, and so her people have come to return the favor. If her plea alone is not convincing enough, then we will raise our voices in support. We couldn't let them make the journey without protection, and we couldn't let them put us to shame. We too have come to stand with the Elder Seedseer and beseech the Great One for aid. We all want the same thing, don't we? Peace restored to the forest. So please, share what you can, however little. Do not forsake us. Do not forsake her. This will be a lot more emotional if I cared much for these characters, but it's a little too late. Garni Covenant's child will not break faith to man, render up flesh. Then you agree to help us? Bless branches, take join to oldest elders, renew bond as one stir. What does any of this mean? Raise up to heaven's covenant symbol, our staff, all join, all bloom, all peace. My duty weighed heavy on my heart, so heavy that at times I scarce remember to breathe. For days and nights I worried that I would not be found wanting. But your faith and your trust has the path forward been revealed to us. You came hither united in purpose, and barred your hearts before the Great One. I didn't read that fast enough. I probably should turn that off. Auto skip. Ooh, pieces of branch. Cool, what do we do with these? Oh, not everyone's getting one? Rip those other guys. Mind you, I didn't get one either, so rip me. May I rely on you once more. I bid you take these branches to every corner of Twileswood and join them to the eldest tree that we might finally win free of this despair. It shall be done, Elder Seedseer. We swear it. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm glad I didn't get one. This worked for me. Once the trees have been bound together in spirit, I shall carry out the Great One's final instruction and cast its cleansing power all across Twoswood. Yet I must remind you, my friends, that Glilner still stalks the forest. It will not remain idle. It will attempt to stop us. Go and hope with hope in your hearts, but do not lose sight of the danger. Dun dun. I admit for a moment I thought it wouldn't work. That Elder Cedar moved not only the hearts of the people but the forest itself. Her final task appears to be a bit more complicated than the Great One made it sound, so she must scour the ancient text before the time comes, and consult with this Deedseer Council to make sure all goes according to plan. It's just as well. We still need to wait until the others has joined the Great One's branches through the many ancient creeds scattered throughout Twoswood. Then, of course, there's the matter of Glilner. It will not go peacefully as we work to hasten his demise. When the time comes, we must be ready. Cool. Yeah, last one's level 90, which I am 4 mil off. Don't want to do main scenario. It's XP. That'll take a while. I think now's a decent time for frontline. Let's take a look at challenges again. How much do I get for that? Let's go try frontline for a moment just to get some XP. Challenge for fakes. Probably do some fakes. While I'm waiting. That bonus XP one. Boom, 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 boom. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Oh, that was the wrong move. Oh, okay. I am glad I hit the front lines, but it's also like, just as I started this. Now, I'm not really good at PvP, so this is just gonna look bad. Wait. Oh, I don't have this all set up. Look, I don't know if all that is how I want it, but it's gonna be where I put everything. Alright. Don't know if what I did there was the right move, but I feel like it was. Best move would be to wait here. See where the next stuff is. Not chase too far. Oh fuck. Let's back off. At the top there. Jesus. Got none of that. We're getting none of any of these. Oh my god, that's so bad. Ugh. Oh. Oh, we're getting tempted. Okay. Oh, I am so dead here. There was nothing I could do in that. Oh. Oh boy. I'm at a destroying this game. Oh fuck, one. I don't know what I was thinking just running down there like that. We're probably not going to get any of A3 if it activates things. Oh boy. Oh, everything in PvP just happens so fast. When are things gonna activate? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I assume at 10 minutes. I assume it's every 5 minutes. Oh no, here we go. Yep, and like I guess those ones are activating. We shouldn't be fighting that way. We need to get this posit over here. The one I'm on here. Cool. We're not gonna get any of the others. No shot. Unless we all move together onto one. No. Oh, we can try and take this. I like how they're all just like shoving in one at a time. Yeah, there's no point staying around. Let's leave. Ugh. We're just taking all this stuff. Hey. Hey, that was enough to get me to 90. GG. We can finish the thing now. I don't need to do anything else. We're done, yeah. Ugh. Cool, because this stream's starting to get a bit long, but oh, longer than I was expecting. We can close this off neatly. Impeccable timing, as always, Teru. But moments ago, the Elder Seedseer sent word to go fetch you. She's already on her way, and will explain everything herself when she arrives. Cool. The children of Twelveswood, both Moogle and man alike, have sailed forth, branches in hand, to the far reaches of the forest. Soon the task out. Though the shadow of death yet looms large, they do not allow despair into their hearts. They hold fast to their faith in a brighter future. We shall see their hope rewarded, and by the grace of the elementals, consign these grim days to memory. We need only succeed in summoning... You may recall that the Great One's words were muddled in Eosteric. I believe it was an instruction to carry out these Eosteric ceremony in order to expunge the corruption befouling the forest, that the once tainted earth may... Well, you see, when the Aram Hedge last was formed, it was to protect the Twelveswood from threats without. The Great One acted as a guardian, embracing the woods to shield them as father would his child. On this occasion, however, we call upon it to nourish and revitalize as a mother nurses her child, to make them strong against sickness. In channeling the power of the elementals in this way, we can stem the spread of Gleonor's poison, and the scars of its passing will finally heal. At least, that was what the Great One intended to say, I believe. The Seedseer Council agrees with my interpretation and has permitted me to perform the ceremony. I have in my possession a single branch, the final one, to be attached to the eldest tree of Twelveswood. For all that you have done to aid us thus far, I ask you to accept this honor. Who better set the final stone in this new foundation for everlasting peace? You who have sacrificed so much for the sake of others. If we had even a sliver of your courage, we could move mountains. Okay. Thank you, my friend. We will find the tree of which I spoke in front of the Level Workers Guide. Let us depart. Boom, boom, boom. Bum, 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 bum. The tree. Look to the boughs above. You'll see a spot where the branch has been discolored by age and elements. There you must affix the branch. So you want me to climb a tree? You ascend the ancient tree trunk, affix the branch. You are quite the climber, and with that, all preparations are now complete. I don't think there was an honor. I think she just didn't want to climb the tree herself. And just got me to do it. Wait a minute. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Where am I going now? Ah, yeah, back to that. Ugh. Dun, 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 dun. If it is truly Eosura's lingering resentment for the elementals that drives the blasphemy, then he will surely come. For the sake of the man he was, I must try to appeal to his reason. But should I fail, then we will have no recourse but to fight. Regardless, this day we shall bid farewell to Glilnir. Item level. What is my item level? Okay, cool. Proceed. Let's do this. Hopefully it says. Hope it's even a little bit as good as the Shadowbringers final tank instance, because that was a really fun fight. But I doubt it will be, because it's not like a one-on-one fight against a big monster. We'll see. The ceremony is complex and delicate. I must maintain focus. I trust you will do what is necessary to see that I am not interrupted. Here he comes. Werner comes, defend the Elder Seed Seer. The elemental so deserving of your scorn. Do you hate me too for my horns? I knew a boy once, a boy who called them gifts, symbols of the blessings he resolved to share with the world. Yet the beast before me now brings naught but misery and death, marks its victims with chains to bind and condemn, to share in its suffering. I was not there for you then, but I am here for you now, to unmake what you have become. I shall begin the ceremony. Stand fast and remember what we fight for. She's doing the Una dance. She's not now, but she did before. Oh, she's doing it! She's doing it! The dance from FF15, the Una dance. Oh, awesome. Good tanks, point the boss away from the party. I need that on in case they say something. Oh boy. Alright, I'll do it over here then. Oh. Ugh. Oh, that's unfortunate. I can't do anything about that. Oh wait, I can interrupt it. Well, I missed that. Oh, I'm doing a bad job. Okay, I can. Is it low, bro? No. Ah, there we go. Interject. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's my done. Interrupt, right. I rarely interrupt, so it's just like. Wonder if that other move I was able. Ooh. Yeah. Hey. Hey. What? Gifting Aether. While he holds line. Down for the count. Hey, she's doing the dance. Don't die.
By the grace of the elementals.
Oh.
By the light of the crystal.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh, jeez. He almost killed me.
I shall ease your hurts.
I don't know why we're all over here.
Be gone with you.
Boom.
God's will be done.
Yay! Did it! Through sacred soil and azure skies, may your compassion flow and swell to the deep darkness. Oh, hopeful dynamist. She's doing it. Dance. Receding terror of blissful quiet. Blessing, covenant preserved, now and always, child of child. Honor and gratitude unending. For we as well, honor and gratitude unending. We could not overcome the blasphemy without your aid. In your everlasting grace, I pray you continue to guide we children of the forest. In your boundless mercy, I pray you forgive the lost and forsaken who succumb to despair. To you, my dear Iasura, I promise I shall never forget your words of wisdom. Ours is indeed a gift and a blessing, and a duty to our people I will uphold. Till my final breath, this I swear. That was worth paying attention to for the story. Thank you, Teru. Great cleansing could not have succeeded without you. The blight has been purged, the blasphemous beast which bore it laid low. The sacred wood that once held its breath is in fear, now breathes a long sigh of relief. I must return to Gridania and my regular duties as Elder Seed Seer, but I should be glad if you could call upon me there. That is, if I may impose upon you one final time. Thank you. I promise not to detain you at length. Let us meet again at Lotus Stand. But yeah, these role quests not as good as main scenario, obviously, because nothing could be. But as side quest stuff goes, not too bad. Definitely the last two was where the meat of it was, though. The Elder Seed Seer waits you within. Shall I escort you to her? Yep. Cool, cool, cool. Ah, this place. The Great One's aether flows all throughout Twelveswood, purging the last vestiges of Glilner's poison. The surviving wounded are no longer in danger and have begun to recover at long last. Hey, people. We have much cause to rejoice. On behalf of Gridania and myself, allow me to thank you yet again for your tireless efforts in bringing Glilner to heel. You went above and beyond the call of duty for the sake of our people and their homeland. You were inspiring to behold, and not for the first time, I must say. All in a day's work for the Warrior of Light. Forgive me, Elder Seed Seer, but with this crisis behind us, I would suggest a new course of action. Oh? And what would that be? Rest. In all our time together, I have never seen you so hard pressed. Surely you are weary and could benefit from a brief respite. I appreciate your concern, my friend, but I will not, one day perhaps, but not this day. But Elder Seed Seer, recent events have given me cause to reflect upon my past, upon lessons that I once thought I had taken to heart. When I did not yet understand the duty with which I had been entrusted, when these horns of mine were but chains binding me to a destiny I did not choose. 'Twas Erasura who taught me to appreciate the gift I had been given. Had he not been there to help me keep to the proper path, where would my errant feet have taken me instead? He was perhaps the first, but he would not be the last, my brother and sister and countless other kind souls. Through their words and their support have also helped me to continue to find a way forward, even when I thought there was none. 'Tis by opening our hearts to one another that we, in turn, open new paths that we cannot conceive of greater opportunities and brighter futures. All who live within Gridania are deserving of these gifts, and so I must be there for them, that together we journey in a safer through the darkest night. Not tempted to live wild and free like an adventurer. It is not without its appeal. I recall fondly the few occasions I travelled beyond. Our time together in the cheering mist left a lasting impression. If ever there was a time when I need to no longer serve as Elderseer, I should very much like to accompany you on another adventure. Regardless of what future has in store, my present course is clear. So long as we, Pajal, serve as a bridge between man and elemental, Gridania can weather any storm. And so I will continue to walk hand in hand with my people and my patrons, along a path that we discover together. You know, like, I never really felt like Carney Skinner had much of a character, but that opinion has definitely changed quite a bit now, just doing this story. Though the blasphemy is no more, there's still administrative matters to resolve. If not too much to ask, could you bring word of these recent events to our delegate in Radzat Han? It's been an honor and a pleasure, my friend. May the elementals watch over. Yay, we're finishing! We're finally finishing it. Ugh. Only took 2.5 hours with a brief break to do PvP. Get the last level we needed. Welcome back. Galleon slain, you've brought joy to otherwise day. Complete, yay! I still got these two, which I think is healer and the magical range DPS. Oh yeah, that's why I did the melee and the ranged one already. Still got those two to do. But that'll be it for the stream tonight. So thank you to those that tuned in. Thanks to those watching this on the archive. That was the Endwalker tank role quests, and I'll be streaming some more Final Fantasy. There's not really mainly just side stuff left to do. I'm not too sure what the next thing I do because I'm not quite high enough level for those two role quests yet. I'll think of something, but then I'll also be streaming other games later this week. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this, and until next time, bye bye.